The Gambia's transition to a beacon of democracy in Africa and the world has received tremendous praises on the Global Democratic Index. However, a stalemate to find a common consensus over the draft constitution has derailed efforts to usher in the much-needed document for a third republic. Speaking at a high-level meeting in Bijilo, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, an eminent person of the International Institute of Democracy and Electoral Assistance, said the forum is meant to reach a common ground to usher in a constitution that represents the ideals of the citizenry.
It's always a pleasure to be back in the Gambia, a country that I have come to admire and to love because of the resilience of the people of the Gambia, but above all, because of the peaceful nature of the people of Gambia, this country, which is the smiling coast of Africa. I've said that the effort is to try and continue from where we left off. And by that, I simply mean that the fact is that the constitutional reform process stalled. It was one of the key reforms upon the arrival of the new Gambia, and a lot of work was done thanks to the Constitutional Review Commission, which consulted widely and deeply, starting, of course, at home here in the Gambia. All stakeholders, without exception, were consulted.
National Eminent Person Fatou Jan Senghor said the convergence is important to re-navigate on the different arguments over the draft constitution.
I think Gambia is coming really from a very dark past. But when we look at also today, in all the rankings, we are moving. I've been working on freedom of expression for more than 20 years, and I still believe that we made a lot of progress, though there are a lot of unfinished businesses in terms of the normative framework, and the Constitution being one of them. I think it is very important that we have this important conversation and see how we can really support this nascent democracy, entrench really the culture of accountability, the culture of democracy. And we cannot do that if the fundamental law of this country is still, in the past. When I say in the past, there are clauses that are undemocratic that we need to change.
Islamic scholars, including Sheikh Esa Dabo and Reverend Bani Manga, both asserted that the gathering is expected to yield dividend as a new constitution is for anyone and everyone from within the Republic. The International Idea Director for Asia and Africa, Dr. Robert Saramo, cited the Gambia as a success story in restoring democracy on the global stage.
The Gambia is one of the positive stories we tell at the global level. Countries that are moving in the right direction despite all the challenges. I think you deserve a round of applause for the country and the people of the Gambia, because we do a ranking every year, what we call Global State of Democracy Report, just to see how countries are moving across Africa. In the last data, the out of 52 countries which were surveyed, there were only 18 countries which are considered to be democracies, and in that, Gambia is one of the democracies that is emerging and moving in the right direction.
At the end of this session, a question will remain, and this might be, are all stakeholders pulling in the same direction to bring back the draft constitution from a concerted angle? Ebrima Bah, GRTS News.